Welcome. I'm back with another reading, short reading, but the author of this book I'm reading from there is, the title of the book is The Devil. The author is Bishop Robert Barron. Let me make sure I get his name right. Bishop Robert Barron. He wrote this short book, you know what I mean, giving you details about the devil, giving you an understanding so you can see the devil and hear the devil at all times. So what I'm doing is breaking it down. Basically what I'm doing, co-signing it. I feel I know devilish ways and the devil very personal. Very personal. And a lot of us are fooled into thinking that because of a certain skin color, that person a devil. Because of a certain way they live their life, they are a devil. And that ain't always the case. Sometimes people are put in situations where they have no choice but to do what they need to do to help that situation in the now. Anywho, once again, I am the nasty pastor. If you came across this viewing by mistake and you chose to keep viewing, the full read on the Faith Ministries. You can catch up on Revelations, the full read of Revelations. You can tune in to what I'm doing in 2024, and that is starting it off with a chapter reading of Genesis. I've given you our ending. Now I'm going to talk to you about our beginning. Anywho, let's get into this book. Let's figure out why we keep falling victim to the devil, to Satan, to Ra, to evil deeds. Come on, let's get this over with. Let's get this done. All right, this part 2, and it starts off like this. Now, do devils influence the world? Sometimes in very direct and frightening ways. Yes, I do agree. I agree that the devil has a lot of influence on people that like to see others' misery, see others going through turmoil. So, yes, I agree. You know what I mean? Knowing that there's a entity, a supreme entity of evil that accepts evil, to the fickle-minded, you will see nothing wrong in your evil actions, in your bad deeds. So I've trained myself to live in a world where I can see things 3 ways, and I don't make those mistakes I used to make when I was 20. Now that I'm 50, I be mindful of a lot of what I see, mindful of a lot I hear, and mindful in the things I do. Come on, let's get back into this. Talk to anyone involved in exorcism. I have talked to a few over the years, and some extraordinary stories ensue. That is not the typical way that the dark realm intervenes. However, usually does so in a much more indirect way by suggestion or temptation. Now, I agree with that. We're tempted every day. You got what I'm saying? That the influence. We're tempted every day. We're tempted to do something wrong. We're tempted to pass on an evil deed, a bad deed. Something I featured in the Catholicism series is what I think is the most frightening religious painting in the world, done by the great early Renaissance master Luca Signorelli, and located at the or Vieto Cathedral. Among the frescoes there, the most striking one is a depiction of the Antichrist. The Antichrist figure in the fresco is listening as the devil whispers in his ear. It is a classic symbol of this temptation. But what is really interesting is the devil puts his hand in the vesture of the Antichrist in such a way that it looks for all the world like the Antichrist's own arm. It is very clever. It is a very clever way of suggesting how the dark powers influence us indirectly in such a way that it looks like our own activity. In many ways it is, but yet it is the dark powers having invaded. Isn't that how Satan do it? Isn't that how Ra do it? Isn't that how the devil do it? They get you to go out, work the bad deed. You feel me? When you get caught in your bad deeds, you're caught alone. You know the devil, you know Satan, you know Rob ain't got the handcuffs on them. You know them mean more than one on it. How about that? Ain't no handcuffs on the devil. You feel me? Handcuffs on you. You getting shot at, not the devil. You feel me? You getting cursed out, beat down, double bang, stabbed, shot, whatever it may be. Not the devil. You. Wake up. Stop being a pawn when you can be a king. Stop being a pawn when you can be a queen. Now, what are the signs of the demonic? What are the ways that demonic appears? Look at the names. The Bible gives the devils called in the Greek, diablos in Spanish, and the diable in French. Diaboline means to cast apart, to throw apart, to scatter. The great sign of the demonic is scattering. God is a great gathering force. Whenever things come together, when a community forms, that is a sign of the Holy Spirit. The scattering power is a sign of the darker powers. When families get scattered, when business, organizations, communities, and cultures get divided, that comes from the demonic. I agree. I agree. You know what I mean? You put something demonic in something that's righteous, that work good deeds, and if they allow the demonic entity, person that has came into this community, came into this neighborhood, has infiltrated your good deeds with bad deeds, come on now, you've been influenced. You've been tricked, you've been bamboozled, you've been convinced that whom you pray to taught you wrong. Whom you pray to have no power over Satan. And that's a lie. That's one big trickery that I really stand on. I really voice my opinion on. That know this. Satan, the devil, Ra, can't do nothing to you. You're allowing Satan to come into your life, tear things apart, rearrange your life into hell. You get me? So please think. Please stand firm in good deeds. Please stand firm into figuring out who you're around. You know, your own parents, your own relatives you've been knowing your whole life overnight can become demonic. It will show you that you never knew this person. It will show you that this person has been hiding their lively activities away from you. And now that you can see the demonic features and actions, you're what? You're panicking. You're what? You're scared. Why? Put on your suit of armor. Put on your suit of faith. Put on for whom you pray to, because this is your test. This is your battle. This may be your war with Satan for your soul. Let's finish this reading up. The other great name in the Bible is Satanas, the Greek word based on the Hebrew word that means the accuser. Try this experiment. Examine your conscience and consider how many times in the course of the day you accuse someone of something. I bet you would be surprised. We do it a lot. It is one of our favorite indoor pastime. Point the finger, blame, gossip, destroy someone's character. The Holy Spirit lifts up and confirms and affirms someone in his or her personhood, but the sign of the demonic is accusation. The Bible also calls the devil the father of lies. God is truth, truthfulness about ourselves, about our relationships, about our family, and everything else. Truthfulness is always the path of light, the path that leads to the smooth functioning. Well, we're going to end that. That will be part 2. We're going to end with just remember, you get me? Just please remember that, Satan, the devil, ain't much of nothing. You get me? Ain't much of nothing. You got it? You getting me, right? All you have to do, walk in your light. All you have to do is believe in whom you praying to. All you have to do, wake up every morning, put your armor of faith on, put your armor of belief on. And I know Satan, the devil, Ra, Lucifer, whatever name you want to give that powerful entity of evil, can't do nothing to you. We do it to ourselves. We fall victim into Satan's hands. We fall victim into trying to please others. We fall victim into like was just said. You know what I mean? Lying. And I want to say this. I want to before I forget. I want to say this. I asked a question. Who is the father of history? And I come up with Satan. You got me? I come up with the devil. And if you paying attention to what I just read, it says what? Satan is considered the father of lies. Now, we all know how to break down the word history. His story. High story, right? His story, right? Right? Okay. So, if my theory is correct about us landing here on this rock with Satan and we forgetting everything we know, then yes, my theory can back that up, that yes, Satan is the father of history. The devil is the father of history. Ra is the father of history. Anywho, once again, this is part 2 of the reading The Devil. The author is Bishop Robert Barron. And so far, I like this. So far, I like the fact that he's hitting the nail on point. I'm gonna get into the rest of this reading, and the next part 3 we'll be finishing it up. But hopefully, you can get an understanding who the devil is, why the devil play a part in your life. Look, I'm out. I am the nasty pastor. Please like, share, subscribe, comment. Go to my YouTube channel, Only Faith Ministries.